Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. Today is August the 16th. I'm going to do your spiritual principle a day in a meditation with you. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to doing this meditation with you. Let's go ahead and get into that screen. All right. Move this a little bit. All right. Down here. All right. It is entitled Our Commitment to Encouragement. As a group, it's our job to be tolerant, listen well, hear the message through the mess, and encourage newer members to grow. Talking about growing again. Guiding principles, tradition 10 for groups. Practicing encouragement, especially with newer members, is a job not to be taken lightly. Encouragement breeds hope, which leads to a willingness to change, which leads to courageous action, which leads to growth that can be miraculous to witness. When we consider the importance of encouragement, we realize policing the message or the messenger is likely not helpful. We all hope to be met with empathy and encouragement, not an explanation about outside issues. We can overlook when a newcomer misspeaks. When we're tempted to correct the way someone shared, maybe we offer a hug instead and our phone number. The share that hits the marks of solution-oriented, message-carrying, and utterly authentic, all before the timer goes off, may not happen every day. And is that even our goal? Many of us believe sharing honestly is the solution, and actively listening for the message reflects our empathy and encourages others to speak honestly. We can validate each other and also model how to connect the dots between what's happening in our individual lives and the process of recovery we all share. When we provide each other with support and encouragement, we're more inspired to be part of each other's growth. Encouragement is living by example, as much as it is the words we utter. Rather than critique a group member's way of handling a problem, we share our experience with a similar solution, a similar situation. Through it all, we witness each other's courage to endure some unimaginable conflict and strife and stay clean through it. NA members' encouragement has provided the nudge I needed to take one more step forward, a member recounted. I was told not to quit before the miracle. My suggestion is to not quit during or after either. That's beautiful. We've all shared a mess at some point. Heck, we've all been a mess. But the encouragement I received gave me the courage to learn and grow. I'm committed to doing that for others today. What a powerful end, and what a powerful anchor to the Just for Today in a meditation, talking about spiritual growth, right? How powerful is this? To be able to encourage other people to have grace for themselves. All of us have done it. We've gone to meetings. We've been in a funk when we got to the meeting. We was waiting for Sarah, Susie, Ann, and Dick to share the same old thing they've been sharing since we've known them, right? In and out of the program, relapsing over relationships, even though it's always suggested, give yourself time before you get in a relationship. And they never fail to tell you, well, I was in a relationship before I got here, and I'm not going to just give up on them now. But then they're not able to maintain any level of clean time because of the ups and downs of that topsy-turvy need to have other people fill that void that only their God can actually fill, right? And so we've been to those meetings where we were just like, oh, if they share one more time about the same old thing, Matter of fact, I've had some addicts come to me, and I'm not really sure why people bring me this kind of stuff. I think they just really want a filter, because they already know where I'm going to come from. God is usually going to be the first thing out my mouth, right? And so I've had people come to me complaining about how other people are sharing in certain meetings, and I'm not even, I don't even attend those particular meetings. So one, you're breaking their anonymity. Let's start there, right? But we all have experience going to meetings in a bad mood and just not, we know we need the fellowship, but we just do not want to hear the same old share with the same old solution over and over. We want somebody else to share, right? This meditation makes it really, really clear, right? That particular share that is marked by the solution, is solution oriented. It's carrying a clear NA message. It's absolutely authentic, like it's their truth, right? And they end it before the timer goes off, before the buzzer goes off, right? It may happen, but it's not going to happen every meeting. It's not going to happen every day. And it may happen often during the meeting, but there's going to be some people that are always going to just be warming up to the truth right at the time the buzzer is going off. Some people have that 5 minutes of BS that they have to get out of their system before they can get into the 6 minute of telling it exactly how it truly is, telling their truth, right? They don't have the ability to streamline that BS. They still need to preface what they're about to say. So to make sure that you really understand why they acted the way that they did, they want to make sure they tell you all of the nuances before they get to the conduct that is bothering them and haunting them. And so in that 6 minute, they go ahead and start telling their authentic truth. By then, everybody is upset because now look, what? The buzzer has gone off and you're still talking. When is the chairperson? Now the tension is no longer even on your message. When is the chairperson going to stop them from talking? Everybody's looking at the chair, and the chair is so deeply engrossed in what this person is saying in their story, or they're acting like they're engrossed, but they're really trying to think, where can they get the courage now to stop this person? Because yesterday they didn't stop them. Matter of fact, last week they didn't stop them. It's been a month since the chairperson has effectively told someone, your time is up. Please, part of sharing is sharing the time. Thank you for sharing, right? Because they don't want to be rude. Forgetting the fact that when you don't handle that properly, you're being rude to all the other people in the meeting, right? And so people start watching their chairperson instead of listening to the share. Right? We've all been there. Come on, I know I have. That's why I can tell this story. Like I can tell this story like the back of my hand. I can tell it like it's a real life situation because I've been there. I've been the person that just was like, I have got to get this out. I have got to keep on sharing. If they're not going to stop me, I'm going to keep on talking. Or I've been the person, like some of the old timers, right? I just told myself, oh, when I had 10 years, I told myself, I don't never want to be like these people that have 20 years. I don't ever want to come in a meeting and just take the whole meeting hostage for 20 minutes. I mean, some people, that's all they do. They come in the meeting, they can't handle silence, right? So they're going to now start to proceed to teach us about all the 12 steps and the traditions in their share. And they haven't told you one single thing about what's going on with them in the here and now. And then they wonder why people don't want to be bothered with them as old timers, right? I tell myself, I'll never be like that. Honey, child, please, let me tell you, I've done that so many times. I've done that so many times because I felt it was my obligation to Narcotics Anonymous to set the record straight. After listening to a bunch of nonsense, that I must come in here and at least break these steps down for y'all. If I don't do nothing else, hate me later. Still so out of whack. You see that? Like so spiritually out of whack and so full of contradiction. So basically what this meditation is saying is let's be committed to encouragement, right? Let that be a spiritual principle. Let us allow people to make mistakes, right? We don't have to correct the newcomer. Eventually, the newcomer is going to say something. Oh, I love it when they come to the NA meeting and they say they're sober. And we already know in the formats, right? We choose to use the terms clean and addict and recovery, not sobriety, sober, and whatever else, right? Because we want people that have the addiction to alcohol to understand that that is a substance, that is a drug, and it is welcomed here. We do not push people away that are addicted to alcohol. Like we're no longer going to be able to draw a line with people that are addicted to marijuana. Both of them are legal substances, right? We don't tell people you can't share about you trying to stop smoking cigarettes. We understand the disease of addiction doesn't have a boundary. Whatever we light on and feels good, one is too many, is 1,000 is never enough. We don't have to correct, excuse us. We don't use that term here. We want to keep a clear NA message. Okay. Well, you know what? They're going to get that message, whether it come from the chairperson or someone else that's in the follow-up sniper share. They're going to learn and they're going to get it. The main thing is we want them to keep coming back so that they can get it, right? We tried to decrease the number of opportunities for offense. And we don't have to sugarcoat anything for anybody, right? But is it so important that you correct them in your follow-up share, your sniper share? Or can you just embrace them? Can you just embrace them and say, you know, I want to see if we can connect. Here's my number, call me. Oh, the newcomer, they need to ask for numbers. Okay. Used to be a day and a time where it was just common to take the meeting list with all the lines on the back of it and just pass it around the meeting. The first time somebody said that they were new or that was their first NA meeting or they're just coming back, we would automatically pass the list. And you never fail. You get that person that says, I don't know, they got to want it. I'm not giving my number to somebody that don't even want it. Walking around with my number, identifying me. Right? And they're using the spirit of the anonymity to justify why they won't put their name and number down. I don't know this person. I don't know where they hang out. And they're going to have a piece of paper on them that has my name, my first name and last initial, and my phone number, my cell phone number. Hardly. They're not getting my number. Right? Who hasn't thought that? Who hasn't reacted that way? Right? We all have. And so that's why this reading is important. It's like, can we just stand on spirituality today? Can we just stand on the fact that you can relate to what they're passing through and you want to be a part of the positive experience of their recovery? You want to encourage them to keep coming back. Try to do harm to no one. You know, newcomers are always looking for the differences. They're ready to bolt. They want a reason to hate us. How about we get through a meeting where we give them no reason to? How about there's nothing that they can find fault with, except for if they find being loved by others a fault, which they probably will. I remember when I was new, I was like, do not hug me. I would say, I don't know why I would say it. Like every time I would share, I would say, do not hug me. I don't like hugs. I don't want to be touched. And I was serious. My post stress disorder, right? PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I was serious. Don't touch me. And it would never fail. I would have to endure a bunch of hugs because they wanted me to know that everybody said that at one point in time. Everyone felt that at one point in time, right? You're not any different, and we're going to love you the same. Can we take it back to old school, right? How we loved up on the newcomer when they would come into a meeting, we would take them out for coffee. We would introduce them to the fellowship so that they could develop camaraderie, and they would look forward to coming to the meetings because they knew we were going out for coffee afterwards, laughing and talking. And when we get to the coffee afterwards and we're not in the meeting, can we still keep it positive? Or do we have to gossip about that one member? Do we absolutely have to character assassinate other members when we're sitting and having our coffee? Or can we just keep it light and easy? Generally speaking, people just kind of group off in twos or threes, sitting there with whoever is close to them at the table and talking about their own life experience. Can we be encouraging to the newcomer? I challenge you today to do that. I challenge you, right? I challenge you to not take yourself so seriously today and to be committed to encouraging the newer member. That in itself is a spiritual principle. It's in different worlds, we call it hospitality. But here we're calling it commitment to encouragement, welcoming the newcomer and embracing them and giving them grace. My name is Mighty Stream, and I have enjoyed talking to you with this spiritual principle a day, and I am going to be talking to you tomorrow.